All right, welcome in, you guys. We are continuing on, finally, the engine. So, we got set back about a week. I ended up getting a little bit sick for a few days, and then we ran into an issue. I don't know if you guys have ever dealt with these Allen bolts, Allen cam gear bolts. So as you can see, these are finger loose now. Because once you break them loose, they're finger loose. But to break them loose is kind of a whole nother pain. So as you see, I pulled off this side already, which was the struggling side. I was able to break those loose pretty easily. I had the special Subaru tool for this one, and then the VVTi wrench I had did not fit on my VVTi cam gears. So I ended up having to use the belt trick, which if you've never used, it's basically you just wrap the timing belt around the cam gear and feed it through, use a couple of vice grips, and that'll hold it tight for you. But with these ones down here, we ran into the issue of being a little too tight. So this one's going to be a little interesting. For the plastic one, we ended up actually having to weld a socket to it. That's how stuck it was. It got stripped, and then the 10mm is still stuck in this one from the VVTi one. But luckily, after welding, we didn't damage the plastic really too much at all. It's just kind of dirty. So that's not a huge deal, and I'd rather the plastic than VVTi because that would be a bigger pain than, it's just be a whole bigger pain. But finally, I can take these two off, and I can take the, oh, that's loose. I can take the cams out and then take out the 6 bolts, and then I should be okay to pull it off. And tomorrow, I will be dropping it off at Heads by Drew in Colorado. So hopefully he can take care of it. Of course, it's going to be a few months, but if you want perfection, you got to wait, right? So yeah, we'll focus on these. Like this side first, these, the timing cover on the back, and then we'll take the cams out, and we should be all set to go. I don't know if I'll do a time lapse or anything. Probably on the other side. I'm more curious about this side because it's cylinder 1 that had the piston slap, and I just want to see what that looks like, and then I'll show you guys. So I'm going to start off on this, and then I'll probably get back to you once this is either off or almost off. Alright guys, so the head is out, or off, not out, off. And so this is the cylinder, is it 3? I'm trying to remember. See, it's a little built up there. This is the one that had the piston slap. Not super terrible, but the camshafts are right here. No major damage, at least from what I can see on any of the followers. And then just looking in here, you can see that there is that looks like coolant. There's a pretty fair amount of gapping. Sorry, there's a fair amount of gapping in here. But yeah, this one was igniting weird in 2. Unless it's just the old fuel because it didn't run for very long, at least once I got back. But yeah, so I'm going to do a quick, basically it's a quick like reassembly of this. I'll put these all back in, except, yeah, obviously, but I'll put these back on, put the cover, or the holder back on here. That way it's mostly assembled for when I give it to Drew. And then he can work his magic on that. All these head bolts, don't really care about those. I bought myself some ARP head studs. Finally building it up a little bit. We're moving up in the world. But yeah, so I'm gonna do a quick reassembly of this. I'll rotate the engine, and then I can do a small time lapse of at least, or I guess a really quick time lapse of pulling this side off. It's really not that difficult, super simple. And then yeah, we should be all set to go. And I'll follow up after, and we'll talk about kind of where things will go moving forward. And it's just kind of it's going to be kind of weird. We'll talk about it after. But let me reassemble this really quick, and then I will start pulling off that side. as you just saw, I got to take off the other head. I already put this camera kind of in the way. And put this back on. This one's mostly assembled. I gotta put the valve cover on top. I just talked to Drew not even like 10 minutes ago. I asked him if he wanted me to bring the give him the valve cover. He said he'll clean it for me, so I do appreciate that. So I'll put that back on there, and then I'll finish assembling this one, and I'll have it all ready to go to drop off tomorrow. See, it's not really that difficult. I mean, I did fight those. Bro, look at that. Do you see that? That piston ring was holding on for dear life. Oh my lord, this thing was more jacked up than I actually thought. Wow, I'm really glad I got a new short block. I did not even know that. Wow. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna put this back together, have it all ready to go, drop it off tomorrow. But this is the short block. All the accessories are still on it, but it's a short block. I'm gonna move them. I'm gonna transfer them all over to the other one that I have sitting right over there. But for things to come, I'm not really sure. He did still say that he's 4 months out, so that's gonna be a little bit until I even have those heads back, and that's if everything is still perfect on them. I don't know the chance of that happening, but we're gonna find out. I'm gonna give it to him, then he'll let me know what he sees, what his measurements are, what he finds out. I mean, worst case scenario, I need new cams, which honestly wouldn't be the worst thing, but I don't feel like spending the extra grand. But yep, we're down to nothing. Coming future stuff, I think I will have some stuff still on the car, so I'll walk over there really quick. We'll run through, such as we'll have this door. Hopefully I can get that wrapped with the wrap I have sitting right there. Come under the hood like area. I'm still in debates of getting rid of this whole system. I'm going to wash it all out, clean that up, get rid of the power steering that sits over there. I have a new system for that. Getting a new master cylinder. I'm going to look into ABS modules because that thing might be shot as well. So module, master cylinder, power steering, clean up. Hopefully if I have time, I'm going to do I'm going to move the battery to the rear. And that should be just about all until we get the heads back. So it's going to be some minor things here and there. I do have a video coming up in 2 weeks, exactly 2 weeks. Not 2 weeks from this being posted, but in 2 weeks from now, well, week and a half technically, I will be at Grid Life, the Alpine Horizon Festival in Colorado Springs, or Fountain, Colorado, I should say. And it'll be my first time going. I've been trying to go for the last 4 years, but like I said, I was gone for a couple years, and then I didn't get to go, and like COVID hit. I didn't get to go the year before because I had work. And so I get to finally go this year. I have my tickets ready. I have my hotel. I'm going to book it tonight. So it'll all, hopefully I can get some good clips, some good video footage that you guys will enjoy. I'm really excited. I've been wanting to go for so long. And I was like, Adam LZ will be there, Von Gittin Jr., Chelsea DeNofa, Chris Media will be doing a video for it as well. Like a lot of the big names, and I'm very excited. It's the biggest festival that I know Colorado has. And then hopefully I can make it to the Slush Meet that is coming up October 1st. So that'll be another event that's at the same track. There's a lot of things coming up. I'm hoping I get some good videos in, some good content. And then we will come back to the STI as time comes, of course. I have some minor things with the truck. I have full 100. I'm almost about to hit 100,000 miles on it. So I got to do 100,000 mile maintenance on it. I don't know if anybody would be interested in that. But some things on that. Nothing really left for the bike. We are coming up on winter, so the bike will be put in probably storage here very soon. But yeah, this is finally, the engine's done. The engine's complete until we put it back together in like about a little over 4 months. This has been quite a process. Oh, quick side note, I forgot to add. So when we took off those Allen bolts, these ones, my dad was helping me and he did end up getting hurt. So just be careful when you guys are working on engines or doing anything like that. Make sure you are physically able and knowledgeably able as well. That's why I'm trying to make these videos. I'm hoping you guys understand like kind of what's going on, like everything in here. Like this is all 10 millimeters, pretty simplistic. They're the head studs themselves were 14 millimeters, and it's pretty simplistic. It's just a 6, but yeah, there's a lot of things coming up, and I'm very excited to share them with you. I'll see if I get any footage of Drew, or like Heads by Drew tomorrow. Probably, I don't know if I will or won't, or will or won't, yeah. So a lot of things coming up, a few events to end off the year. It's been a good 2022 so far, so hopefully we can keep going and keep it on strong. So anyway, that'll be all. At least if I do have any footage of Heads by Drew tomorrow, I'll throw that in like right now. But as of right now, that'll be all. And I hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and adios.